Hi there, my name is Alex, and I am privileged to have a brother with Down syndrome. Why do I say privileged? Because he is an absolute sweetheart. He's always smiling, he's always waving hello, goodbye to you. He's always laughing about something that's going on in his head. I don't know what is going on, but it's something funny. It's always something funny. It brings a joy every time I see him. It brings a joy to my heart. How it has affected our family over the years, it just depends on how you look at it. Sure, we may be a different family, but every family goes through their struggles, right? Every family has their ups and downs. Every family goes through something. This is our something. However, I wouldn't have it any other way. And knowing that he's just an amazing person really tells me a lot about each individual person, who we are, why we are who we are. Because if I live my life and I end up even half as happy as he is every single day, I would count myself a very, very lucky human being. It's an absolute joy and an honor to call him my brother. Thank you.
My name is Mia and my sister is Sonia and she's 11 years old. She has autism. Sometimes it's difficult to travel. She's very loud and throws a lot of tantrums. She can't do house chores ever, so we have to split it with my parents. She doesn't know how to dress herself well, so I have to help her too with my parents. Hard to do homework sometimes because of the loud noise. Yeah. So it teaches you how to be patient and teaches you how to be compassionate towards other families, teaches you how to communicate with other people who have similar conditions, and just teaches you how to be more helpful in those situations. What are you watching? Nothing? She's not gonna talk. Yeah, that's how she... Turn this off. See? Bye.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
Do you like your sister, Mia?
Yes.
Yeah. You have fun together?
Yes.
What do you like to do with Mia? Aw.
Hello, my name is Tim. My brother's name is Nico. I'm 15, and his diagnosis is severe autism. So some of the difficult things are we can't always understand him, and he wants to be understood. That sometimes makes him mad. He also has severe aggression sometimes. Luckily, it doesn't happen as much now. And yeah, that's basically it. Another thing is that he's a little bit of a perfectionist. He likes everything neat. He likes everything perfect. Yeah. But then there are also good things. For example, the fact that he likes everything neat is actually good for us, because now he's vacuuming everything. He's washing the dishes. He's vacuuming the car. Cleaning up the whole kitchen. So basically he's cleaning the whole house by himself now. Another good thing, and I think this is for like all special needs families, is that my sibling with special needs teaches me patience. Perfect example, I'm trying to understand him, I can't, and it might take a few minutes to understand him. That it's hard sometimes for both of us. And then there are a lot of these other things, like they might seem small, but this is something else that my brother teaches me. Like it says in Proverbs that iron sharpens iron, so the same thing here. And I think it's amplified a little bit. Another thing is that with other special needs families, like first off, we can connect really quickly. We're like, oh, you basically have the same problem as me. I get you, I understand you, I know where you're coming from. And it's Um, it's a little bit harder sometimes with other families because I don't always know what their special needs sibling, like, I don't know, their diagnoses and like their little things, because right, even autistic kid has a separate thing that they like doing. But it's still a lot simpler for me to understand than in my opinion, for someone who has no experience with special needs siblings.
One word I use to describe living with a brother with disabilities would be pretty awesome. He keeps us young. We're definitely always running around behind him, trying to pick stuff up, and it's great. You definitely get your gym time, that's for sure. He's just a ball of joy, just super fun to be around with. We're always getting front row seats to Disneyland, Universal Studios. He loves roller coaster rides, so that's really great. We're always with him, front row seats. Yeah, there are challenges, that's for sure, but who doesn't face challenges every single day? My personal challenge is math. I struggle with math every single day, and yeah, living with Tima, it's a lot better than having struggles with math every single day, that's for sure. We wouldn't have him any other way. I mean, he's fun to be around with. He's a huge part of the family. He's just great. I mean, he kind of completes us all. That's for sure. Everybody loves him. Yeah, so pretty awesome.
My name is Edward Olenek, and I'm 16, and I have a brother named Dennis, who is 19, and he has a weird diagnosis, but it's essentially like autism. Some of the hard things about living with him is that he really likes to have things a certain way. So he'll have his movies and his books all over the house, in the kitchen. He'll want to put them a certain way. If we move them, he might get upset. He'll also want to make sure that he can do the thing he wants to do. So if he wants to watch a movie, he wants to make sure that we're not doing anything so that he can't watch his movie. Or if he wants to do a book, he wants to make sure he reads that book. And we have to be very careful about what we tell him about our day, because if we tell him we're going to do something and then we don't do it, then he might get aggressive and get violent and start hitting and kicking and stuff like that. Some of the good things about living with him is that it teaches me a lot about patience. It can be really hard sometimes to stay patient with him and be kind to him, especially when he wants something and it conflicts with what we need to do. Like if we're out somewhere and he says he wants to go home and we have to be there, but he really wants to go home. So it can be hard to try to talk through it with him and sometimes compromise to a way that he can get what he wants, or we can teach him that he can't always get what he wants. So it can be really hard to stay patient with him sometimes. But it's also taught me a lot about how patient God is with us, and especially with me. He must need so much patience, because I can hardly be patient with just my brother, but him being patient with me throughout my whole life must be, it takes a lot of patience for that.